channel, and it's your girl Dokaseke Jumola. I'm finally going to do this video. I'm finally going to do this video. I know you must have seen it from the title, so yeah, you know what is coming next. I have been procrastinating this, not because it's a very useful one, and I was really trying to really gather information that are very useful or that are very relevant to people and that can be very helpful. And because of this, I've been asking questions from people, and I've been trying to gather information, and even this video, I feel like it's not going to be sufficient enough, but let's just do it anyways. So today I'm going to be sharing with you, because I know it's that time of the year again, even before now, it's January. It's that time of the year where people want to apply to universities and probably looking out to applying to Italian universities. And I've actually been getting requests like that, people asking me questions, what to do and all of that. And I'm like, why don't I just answer everybody in a useful video, like in a video that is quite relevant or something like that. So yeah, that's why I am doing this, period. Okay, I don't know, I'm just unnecessarily being dramatic. Okay, so let's just get right into it. The basic things that I will probably just be discussing about applying to universities in Italy are just going to be how to really search for universities, kind of like that, because some people actually don't know. And then probably like what's for me, from my own opinion, like schools to apply to, how to be able to really know useful schools, the type of scholarships, the documents that are required, and what you probably need to do next after you've probably gotten your admission. So that's probably going to be the summary of this video. But if you think this video is not enough, you can actually just ask some questions, and I can just pick up all of the questions and do another video to answer those questions. Yeah, just drop your question and boom, gonna drop the video right away. So yeah, let's just get into it. Action. Okay, so people ask me, what about university? Can I go to? How can I apply to universities and all of that? And sometimes I feel like you're not supposed to be asking me that question. Like, it depends on your course. But I think some people are not just confused, and you probably just want recommendations from people. And I'm like, why not? So first of all, I think when you're kind of searching for a university, you just, based on your course, you can just be specific and be like, university that offers the best master's degree in electrical engineering in Italy. You can just search for that on Google, and then you're going to see like a lot of results. And usually for me, I really like, I'm going to recommend, when you see probably something like, so if you go online and then you're seeing recommendations from Scholar something, from masterscholar.com or something like that, then I think I can recommend some of those universities for you. And that way you can be able to narrow down the universities you're going to go to. So mainly for me, if I'm going to be choosing a university to go to in Italy, with how long I've stayed here now and with the information I have, I'm going to say my choice is going to be on the good university, like that offers my course, which is like the very most important thing. And it's also going to be based on the standard of living of the city, because I don't want to be spending so much while schooling. I really want to relax and do one or two things with my money that I got from my scholarship, and not just spend on rent, on house bill and all of that. So my decision is also going to be based on the standard of living of the place, kind of like that, if it makes sense to you. Yeah. And also, I'll prefer to go to pick universities that are in the north of Italy compared to other places. Don't ask me why. It's just my opinion. It's never supposed to be relevant or correct. That's just my opinion. For me, I feel like, because I don't know, everywhere in Italy is beautiful, but then I just feel like I will prefer to come here to stay in the north of Italy for my school. So for universities in my school. So universities like maybe University of Bologna, Padova, Turin. I don't know if Turin is in the north. I don't know. And Venice, yeah, Milan, and Florence, and I can't even remember all of the universities. But then just search for the universities and boom, 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 boom. you're gonna see. So that's about that. I'm not gonna go so much into searching anyways. We are all learned. Of course, you want to go to university, you do some work. Yeah, so that's about that. And we'll go to like applying to the university. Of course, my advice is going to be that if you're applying to a university and you probably want to be able to get like opportunities to choose, I'm like, you should apply to like 2-3 universities. I don't know the maximum you can apply for or something, but then I know you can at least 2 universities. Yeah, you can do that. 2-3 universities. So if you apply to 2-3 universities, that way you're gonna have like options to choose from, kind of like that. And when you get the offers, and yeah, and mainly the document you're probably going to be needing or that is going to be required from you when you're applying is usually it's going to be based on your department or the course, their requirements, but most of the time you have the common ones, like if you're applying for your bachelor's degree now, you have like your if you're applying for your bachelor's, definitely you need your high school certificate, kind of like that, if there's something like that. And then you probably need your birth certificate. I don't know so much about bachelor's because I didn't apply for bachelor's, but then I know for bachelor's degree you have a limitation when it comes to courses taught in English. So you probably would need to learn Italian, and then you need to do an Italian exam to have like Italian language certificate, which will also be part of the requirement. But if you're going for a master's degree, and probably, which I think is a common thing for international students, you're probably going to go for an English taught courses. So that is also going to affect your searching for universities too, because you want to search for universities that for courses that are taught in English. So if you have your course in the university and then it's not taught in English, you might as well just try another university, kind of like that. So yeah, but I'm going to be speaking based on master's degree because that's what I'm doing here. So based on your master's degree, you're going to be needing your bachelor's degree certificate, your transcripts, then you're going to be needing your birth certificate, and I can't even remember. And of course you're going to be needing I think you're going to be needing your high school results or something like that, like your O-level, kind of like that, the certificate from your high school. You're going to be needing that, and then you're going to be needing, of course, your personal statement, which is going to apply to university without that. And you're going to be needing an English exam to prove that you can understand and you can actually learn in English. But then that is not for everybody. So for some schools, for some country that speaks English, you might not be required to do an English exam in Italy. But for countries that do not speak English, or you didn't use English, was not your means of instruction or something in the university, you might be required to submit an English certificate exam to prove your proficiency in English. So usually for some countries, like my country, Nigeria, what they usually request for is not necessarily like an English exam certificate. If you do that, you're good to go. Nobody's going to stop. But if you don't have that, you can as well just give them like a letter from your university stating your proficiency in English, like just declaring that, okay, so girl, like Dorcas did a degree of like our bachelor's degree in English language, and so she's proficient enough in English or something like that to learn in English, something like that. That it's going to be like a letter from your university stating that you did your bachelor's degree in English. It's sufficient for you to go, like you're good to go with that. So you would not need any English exam, which I think is a good side for Italy. And for the lazy people like us, that was one of the reasons why we chose Italy in the first place. We didn't have to crack our head, and I was working, I was doing some other things. So it was actually difficult for me to even sit down for exams because I was lazy. Anyways, that's just the excuse. So back to applying. So I told you the departmental requirement is probably different, and for applications you have like up to 3 calls for most universities. Like you have the first call, which is, I don't know the timing, so I'm not going to state anything. You can also just go to the platform, check out English courses or English international student application, kind of like that. You're going to see on the platform, and then you're going to see the course So we have call for application is just like an announcement to apply to the school, kind of like that. So you're gonna have most university, they have at least two calls, at least 2 calls. Some have like 3 calls, but then for the calls, it is advisable that if you are looking out to getting like a scholarship from the department, it is advisable to get a scholarship, like to apply for the first call. That way it's going to give you like higher chances, like something like that, to be able to get the departmental scholarship, because departmental scholarship is always very limited. But in terms of getting admission, like it doesn't matter first call, second call, nothing is changing. Like if you are qualified, they're going to give you the admission. So you don't apply to the first call just because you want to be able to get a higher chance of getting an admission compared to people are applying in the second call. No, it's not like that. It's just, I think it's just only gonna affect like your departmental scholarship because it's quite limited. So that's about admission and application. So after you, I told you the requirement for each department is varies. So for some departments, you will be required to like do like an interview, like an online Skype interview with one of the professors in the department, just to be sure, just to probably ask you, know your background in the field, and just to be sure that you're going to be good to go in the course. So this is not applicable to all courses, to all departments. This is just based on your department. Like for me, in my department, I was not required to like take up an interview, or I didn't do an interview with anybody. I was just giving my admission after they've like check all that I submitted and all of that, and then I was offered the admission. So for some departments, you will need to like do an interview. So know and ask questions, send mails to your department just to know the requirements and all of that, kind of like that. So that's what I have to say on that. Then after your admission, then you probably need to visit the Italian embassy in your country, because to know what to do next. So usually when you go to the department, the embassy, they are going to tell you the next thing to do, because I think the steps varies for all countries. For my country now, and I think this one is quite like normal for everybody. You're going to be required to translate your documents, your results and all of that into Italian, because like if it's in any language, even in English, my result was in English and then I still had to translate it. So if yours it's probably in Arabic, or it's probably in any other kind of language, you'll be required to convert translate it into Italian, and you'll be required to submit the translated documents to the. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm sorry my camera went off and kind of like that. I was talking about the fact that you need to take your document to the embassy after you've probably require you to translate them and all of that. And usually for some countries, I don't know how it works for other countries, but for my country, before then you have to take the documents to your Ministry of Education for them to authenticate your original certificates, to be sure that they are like the right ones and nothing fraudulent is happening. Then you can translate it and take it to the embassy, and then after that you can go further to applying for a visa. But then before applying for a visa, you probably need a means of sustenance here, because that is probably the main thing that they are looking at for in your visa. That boils down to your scholarship and all of that. So for scholarships, I already mentioned the departmental scholarship, which I can't say so much about because it varies for all departments and all. So, but mainly there are like type of scholarship like the regional scholarships, and this regional scholarship is just going to be based on your income level, your family income, which is more like a declaration or a certificate you can get from your country. It depends on how it is being issued in your country. So for that, when you get your family income, which is going to involve your parents, your siblings' income, and also your income, it is based on this. They're going to pay you for the regional scholarship, and for this regional scholarship, it has the allowance, which probably you're going to pay it twice in a year, and then it's going to have the feeding, to which they are going to give you like one free meal in a day, like one free full meal in a day. I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a video about the meal, and then I'm going to share with you, and then they're going to give you can also apply for like a residence that like the one I'm saying, that it's going to be subsidized for you, so which is quite good enough. And then aside that, there are some other external scholarships, like the Italian government scholarship, like the Macy or something like that. I'm going to put the name here in the video. So this scholarship is offered by I think the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Italy, like from the Italian government. And I know for this previous year it wasn't open for new applicants. It was just open only for the people that had the scholarship again, kind of like a renewal. So I don't know what's going to happen in this coming year, because everybody knows like last year was messed up for every one of us. So but then if it's open for the coming year, it's a really good scholarship, and then you're going to have your health insurance is going to be covered, then your allowance is going to be covered, which is going to be enough for you to live for every month. I think they pay about 1,900 euros in a month, and it's not a scholarship for the whole year, but then I think it covers for like 9-10 months or something like that, which by the time you work towards your support from family, your wise spending is going to be enough for you, and then it covers for your school fee too, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, regional scholarship covers for your fee to your school fee. And we have the fee waiver, which probably you're not going to be paying school fee, or you're going to be paying part of it or something like that, and then you have to just fend for yourself in the other areas. And then we have like this scholarship that is it ACI or something, like ACIS. I'm going to put the name also, scholarship. Like I think it's a scholarship that is mainly for selected countries. So you see like 3 countries in Asia is part of this country, like Afghanistan and all of that, and then the Mediterranean Sea countries, then the Sub-Sahara countries, and like few of them I might probably drop the name of the country, but then if I give you the name of the scholarship, you can as well check if your country if you are eligible to apply for this scholarship. This scholarship is very good. It covers you for 2 years completely, and then the only thing is that it requires you to have like a 2 years experience for this scholarship. And then for this scholarship, you're going to, it's like 1,000 euros per month, which covers for like 2 years. It runs continuously for 2 years, which is a good one. And then there is this scholarship, which is the excellency scholarship, like that. I think it's based on your application, and probably based on your like experiences that you've had, maybe research works that you've done. It's just based on how good you are academically. So it's the excellency scholarship, and it's like a very good scholarship too. I think they pay up to, I'm not very sure, so I don't want to say a price, but then I know it's probably going to be up to like 10,000 euros in a year. I'm not sure, maybe 8,000. I'm not really sure about the amount, but then I know it's a really good scholarship. And outside that, I think those are just the scholarship I really know about. Those are just the scholarship I know about. And when you have this scholarship, you're going to be good to go. Like it's going to just be your visa application, and then whatever thing you need to do is going to be like fast forward, because for Italian visa application, what they really want to see is I think it's quite equal for all visa applications, how you are going to be able to live and sustain yourself in Italy. And I think the few documents you're going to be needing, you don't need to do an interview for your visa application in Italy. For Italian visa application, you just have to submit some documents that they need from you, and it's going to be mainly based on your academic documents and your means of sustenance, which is going to probably be your scholarship, and probably be your the account of your own parents, kind of like that. Which after that, you're good to go, and then you're gonna get your visa, and then boom, you can come down here. And I think that's all I have to say about applying to Italy, getting an admission, your scholarship. And if you probably have any other specific question for some specific scholarship, you can as well drop it, and I can as well do a video on it. And I might as well do make a video on how to get yourself fixed here in Italy. And I'm probably going to be sharing obviously based on my experience. So, and that means we're gonna call it an end here, and I think I mentioned everything I was going to mention. You can give me a minute to check. All right, the last thing I didn't mention that I forgot to mention it about the scholarship is that there is also this program called Erasmus Modus, and this Erasmus Modus is not mainly for Italy, it's like for European countries, and in this it's from European Union like that. I don't really know so much about it, but then what I know is that it's a good scholarship, and this Erasmus Modus probably it's going to give more like an adventurous master's degree, because in Erasmus Modus you can also have the opportunity to complete your 2-year master degree in at least 2 universities, sometimes 4, like 1 semester 1 university. So you can as well go to like 3 to 4 different countries, 2 different countries, and then they're going to pay you well. They pay well, so for your survivor and all of that, which is a good one too. And if you really want to come to Italy, Italy is always part of the options for Erasmus Modus, whereby you can be able to come to Italy. Is going to be part of the country you're going to come to during the program. Like, just name the countries like Spain, France, Germany, Belgium, I think Austria, Netherlands, or something like that. Like, just name all of the countries you're gonna be having the opportunity. So although it depends on your course, and then where these courses are really specific, like how they really combine it. Just Google Erasmus Modus, and then you can be able to know more about Erasmus Modus. And that is all about this video. As I said, I'm going to be doing more videos based on your request and based on the information you need, because why am I doing this? I'm doing this to help and have fun, give information and have fun at the same time. So thank you very much for staying to this video. Is really long, but then it's just because I need to share. I want to, and I feel like you really need this detailed information. And bye bye, and see you in my next one. Bye.